Hello everyone. Today we were going to start with exercise 7.1 of our chapter 7, that is cube and cube roots. So here we will see how to find numbers which are whether they are perfect cubes or not, and also to find out the cube root of the different numbers. Okay, so let us see what are given here. So the first question of the exercise is, which of the following are not perfect cubes? Okay, so there are 5 numbers given, 1 to 5. So I'll show you few of them. So first one is 216. So what we will do here, so we'll first factorize the number, that is the given number 216. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's factorize 216. So it goes by 2, 108, 2, 54, 2, 27. This goes by 3, 9, 3, 3 and 1. So when I am doing this, I can write it as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 3. Now in case of square and square roots, I made it in group of 2, that is pairs. Okay, here we'll see that we make it as in groups of 3 cubes. Okay, so I can write this one as 2 cube into 3 cube. You can see both are cube numbers. So I can see here 216 is a perfect cube. It's not that it's not a perfect, it's a perfect cube number. Okay, in the same way I will show you another number. Let me show you question number 4. That is, the given number is 100. Let me factorize the number. If I factorize the number 100, 2, 50, 2, 25, then it goes by 5, 5, 1. Now here this is equal to 2 into 2 into 5 into 5. So if I pair it, it becomes this, and you can see they are not cube numbers. Okay, they are not in the group of 3. It's square number. So this, if it is not in a group of 3, then 2 into 2 into 2, you cannot see, or 5 into 5 into 5. So I can say here 100 is not a perfect cube. So you have to find out this. Any number is given, you just factorize it and make it in the form of cube. If it doesn't come in the form of cubes, then you can say that that number is not a perfect cube. So you have similar numbers here. So you can try the remaining sums as homework from this question number 1. Okay, I am writing it here. The homework can be question number 2, then 3 and 5. You can do the remaining ones. I have done 2 questions for you. You please try to solve the 2 remaining 3. Now let's move on to question number 2. Now what is given in question number 2? Find the smallest number by which each of the following numbers should be multiplied so as to obtain a perfect cube. So the first number given is 243. Let's factorize it. 243, it goes by 3. 81 again goes by 3, doesn't go by 2, then obviously I'll try with 3. 27, 3, 9, 3, 3, 1. So let's write down the term factors here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 3s are here. Now let me make the group of 3. So this is 1 and these 2 are left out. So can I write it as 3 cube into 3 square? Yes, obviously. Now you can see this is square, this is cube. That means this whole number 243 is not a perfect cube. So I can write here 243 is not a perfect cube. Therefore, the smallest number by which 243 should be multiplied so as to obtain a perfect cube is, so you see what number should you multiply with this so that it becomes a perfect cube. If there is another 1 3, that means into 3, that means it becomes 3 cube, then it would have been a perfect cube number. So the number, minimum number or the smallest number that we require to multiply 243 is with 3, then it will become a perfect cube number. Okay, so similarly you can try the remaining sums of this question number 2. So you can do homework from here. Is same method, you just factorize and find out the number that should be multiplied. So you will try from question number 2 to 5. You will, sorry, yeah, till 5 there are questions. So you'll try this as homework. Okay, now I'll show you. I'm just using the same space here because there is enough space here. So let me show you another one. So now we'll move on to question number 3. Same here. Okay, question number 3 is given, find the smallest number by which each of the following numbers must be divided to obtain a perfect cube. You have got this type of sum in square and square roots also. Just the same question, in the end of the question it's not written find the cube root of the number, so you don't have to do that. This part is enough. Now second, for question number 3, the things we have to do the process is same, only we have to find, here it's multiplied, here we have to see what should be divided. So let's take the first number 81. Let's factorize it here. 81 goes with 3, 27, 3, 9, 3, 3, 1. So it comes as 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So if I make pairs, you can see this comes in a group of 3. So I can write it as 3 cube into 3. So you see this number is extra. If I divide this thing by 3, will it not become a perfect cube? So here I'll again write down here 81 is not a perfect cube, full stop. Therefore the smallest number by which 81 should be divided so as to obtain a perfect cube is 3. So if you divide this number by 3, you know, I can show it here. I'll just show this one part. See, suppose that given this I have got as 3 cube into 3. So if I cancel it by 3, this will remain and this will be a perfect cube number or not. So the number that should be divided is 3. Okay. So in this way, you will try the remaining sums of this question number as homework. So your homework will be same question number 2 to question number 5 of question number 3. You will try to do this one. Now let us move on to the last question of the exercise, that is question number 4. Let us see what is given in question number 4. It's given Parikshit makes a cuboid of plasticine of sides 5 cm, 2 cm and 5 cm. Those are the dimension, that is the length, breadth and height of a cuboid. Okay. How many such cuboids will he need to form a cube? So suppose with this dimension the person is making a cuboid. So how many cuboids will we join together to form a cube? Okay. So suppose a particular cuboid is given. Let me consider, I'm just drawing a freehand. This diagram you don't have to draw. I'm just drawing down this. So the length is given 5 cm, say, breadth is given say 2 cm, and say height is given as 5 cm. Any of the dimension, it's not mentioned. So how many more cuboids we have to make so that when it joins together and you combine them, it will form a cube. So let's write down what is given here. Given dimension of the cuboid. Okay, these are the dimensions. So let's write dimension of the cuboid is equal to 5 cm, comma 2 cm and another is 5 cm. Okay, so I'll first find therefore volume of the cuboid. Volume of the cuboid. You know the formula of volume of the cuboid is length into breadth into height. This is the formula of the volume of a cuboid. So anyone can be length, breadth and height. So will be equal to 5 cm into 2 cm into 5 cm. 5 to the 10, 5 is the 50 cm cube. Leave the unit. This is not used now. Now the number that we have got, what we will do, I'll try to find out, factorize this number. 225, then 5, 5, 5 and 1. You will understand why I have done this. Now here when I got 50, it's equal to what? 2 into 5 into 5. Now if you see, it's 2 into 5 square, and this particular number is not a perfect cube. That is, 50 is not a perfect cube, right? So to make 50 a perfect cube, what we'll have to do? Perfect cube. Can we multiply? It should be multiplied by what? We can multiply. It should be multiplied by what numbers do you need to multiply it? Suppose if I have 1 2, if I multiply 1 more 2 square and 1 5, will this not give me a perfect cube number? So I have to multiply it with 2 into 2, or yes, and 1 more 5. That means I have to multiply it by how much? 2 to the 4, 5 the 20. If I multiply this 20 with this 50, it will give me a perfect cube number. So therefore, or hence, how many such cuboids will be required? 20. This such cuboids are needed to form a cube. Okay, so this way you have to find. See, in the exam you may get same question, thus the dimensions might be different. So what you do, you find a volume, and whatever is the volume, you will factorize the number. So what numbers are to be multiplied with that so as to get a perfect cube number? And suppose the number is already a perfect cube, then you can say that this dimension of this only will give you a, with this cuboid dimension you can form a cube. Okay, so obviously that type of sum might not come where the dimension volume is already a perfect cube number. So you have to do it by this method. So this is the last sum of the exercise. We will do the next exercise in our next video. I hope the explanation was helpful to all of you. If you have any doubt, please let me know. I'll help you. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day ahead.